Hello, America. This is Nate Jones. Hope you're doing very well. This is part three of Nate's message to a principal. We're hoping to hold this principal accountable. I don't think her constituents are going to hold her accountable because we know about American history. So, with that being said, well, we're going to give Karen, or we're going to give white folks. Let's give them a little time to hold her accountable. So if you're a white person and you live in New Orleans or Metairie, just look at these videos and just ask yourself, why would an educator um, put an obstacle in front of another educator as far as lies and reporting to an agency? Because Nate was a good sub, right? Nate was a good sub. He's no longer a sub, thanks to Karen. And now this is where we are in America. Even in the education system, it's broken. It's not what it used to be, and it's still racism. So let's go ahead and do this series. We're going to keep this going. White folks, I hope you find it important to hold that principal accountable because, she made a very, very big mistake in lying about a good man with a great record, a man that ran for mayor for white people too. If you go to Uptown New Orleans, they know who Nate Jones is. Nate Jones ran for mayor to stop the unconstitutional vaccine mandates. So Nate is not racist. Nate loves all people and all the kids in the school system, regardless of background. They love Mr. Jones too. So white folks in New Orleans, if you hold her accountable, that'll be great. If not, won't be so bad. It won't be that good because America is on the downfall, the fourth quarter, with 20 seconds to go in American history. So let's go ahead and beef up this series, so to speak. Today we're going to talk about history. Okay, we know that they have subjects in school that kids study. Today we're going to study history. So we're going to show a video clip. Hope you enjoyed. Now, if you have kids, you might want to not have them watch this. It's a grown man's clip that tells a lot of truth. So let's go ahead and listen to the Honorable Dick Gregory.
And so it's that whole piece that when it catches up, you know how sexist this planet is. Your daughter get raped and you commit suicide. You've been disgraced. Please. And so when you stop and think about there's certain things you can't change. A sexist system all over the world, and yet it's called the mother tongue, not the father tongue. Because when I come over here and they teach me how to talk white, and niggas like me because I sound white, I violate God because the mother tongue. A dog barks and another dog understands it. A cat meows, another cat. Nobody understands me because I tampered with my mother tongue, trying to please white folks. Huh? Tampered with the mother tongue. Motherfucker. Oh, that's a horrible. No. We're going to get reparations, and that word's going to get us more money than anything ever happened. And you know who's going to get reparations for us? Them law firms that got 40% of the cigarette settlement. It'll depend on you. All that crap. Oh, we don't do that. Shut up, mama. And so here's how it works. When the English, and that was a great movie, Bells. See, Abraham Lincoln said something that they made him so mad. He said, slavery is an American problem, and they went off. The nice folks. And Abraham Lincoln says, the textile industry in New York City and in London make more money in 2 weeks than the cotton farmers and slave owners make in 5 years. Hmm? Hmm? That's what they're talking about in that movie, man. That textile industry. And that's what's happening now because of you. You see, when I was a little boy, white children didn't get exposed to this. So when I was a little boy, nobody's born a racist or sexist. So the boy says, Mama, how come black folks take all this off of? Oh, they happy. Well, why can they? My mama says she's always happy. Jules always smiling. She at their house on Christmas fixing their food, and I ain't got nobody to fix my toys, Mama. But know how it happened when the universe, the Indigos here, children ain't buying bicycles. Did you hear me? They don't use skateboards, man. It just leaves and you don't even see it. Leaves, you don't even see it. And so when you stop and think about where this piece is, and the universal God don't have to tell you if you don't know it. And the black woman, her hurricanes. And in the women's movement, they said, well, you take something this bad and name it after women, so they throw men at it. You can't help them. Black runaway slaves invented hockey in Canada. See who I am? Invented it. Then a guy named Milton Stanley said, let's look at this here. Now it's called the Stanley Cup. How can you have no ice? Oh, this is 2 Olympics back. Jamaica's won the bobsled. They ain't got no snow. Somebody figured out the way you run the bobsled is when you running, you pick up that momentum. When you get on there, ice ain't got nothing to do with it. That centrifugal force. That's when they learn how to run. And jump on the sled. And white folk couldn't handle them. And so when a white boy, prostitution was always in the Negro neighborhood. For him. So none of his friends could see him. The mayor could come down from Chicago to 30 miles, 40 miles away. Nobody knew who they were. So they'd pull up in front of your house. Your mama ran it. And honk the horn. And y'all would come out so they know they're safe and take them in the park. That's where the word honky came from. Okay? All right? So when the Europeans said there'd be no more, see what I like about old white Christians, that's where I get my information from. They get old and aching and they want to go to heaven, so they try to purify stuff. Old white Christians come and talk to me. I'm going to heaven. And so, in certain parts of Europe, if you was born a billionaire, you still get a check when you get 18 years old. That's that slavery money. It's like going to outer space. Once you get out there, you can't never come back. It just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And so they said to America, you know, we're trying to get to heaven. They didn't say that to us. No more slaves. You started the movement. No more slaves. They didn't need the money. They got all the money. So Americans said, oh, what we going to do? What we do? We got these slaves. We can't have no more. They don't know. How are we going to do it? Don't worry about it. So he made me 14 years old, put a sack on my head and have sex. Fuck my mama. And he's so dumb he didn't know Mom knew that was me, but she couldn't do nothing because she didn't want him to get mad and start killing the slaves. Remember the story when God wanted to save the Jews? He told them to put one on the door. A mark. You tell me God didn't know where the Jews was? What kind of God y'all talking about? Ooh, man, y'all scared shit out of me. You mean God who put the whole universe here didn't know it's a Jew in that house? You got to pray to God and tell God your rent due. Any God that didn't know your rent was due ain't God. Are you crazy? Made everything, but didn't know your rent due. People that tough to do when they get in there. And so I had to screw my mama, man. That's where the word motherfucker come from. And then white boy shit. That's why they hated the word until they got around black folks and realized that's his motherfucking pair of glasses. And that's when he knew I didn't know. His genes knew. And now you go to a white movie, they say motherfucker before they finish running the credits when the movie's coming on. What he didn't know. If I impregnate my first cousin, there's a 98% that the baby be born deformed. So what do you think happened when I started fucking my mama? So all the deformed babies start coming down the chute. He didn't know. He ignorant. He don't know what it was. See, we blamed all that on women. That was what sexism did. See, we just thought there's nothing. We didn't know there was a seed in her. They didn't know that till the medical people found out in 1750. We just thought she was the incubator. You know, we make the biscuits and take it by Mary's house and put it in her oven. That's what they thought. So the white boy said, well, here's how we get around that. All these old ignorant white boys that can't afford slaves. We'll sell them to them. Hey, come here, Willie. There's some of these niggas here. Well, you know, I got no money, boss. No white man can call themselves white without owning some niggas, so we're going to sell you these crippled ones, but you got to buy 12 of them. Now you see where the fucking dozens come from, and it's about your mama, and nobody on this planet played a dozen except black men in America and in the Caribbean. So what the fuck y'all know? Huh? The dozens, huh? And that's where the reparations money going to come. Because these youngsters coming up now under y'all's influence, they'll be outraged when they find this out. And they're going to open up the floodgates when they get through. Even Africa's going to get a piece. That's where it's going. That's where it's going. That's just...
So here, the Honorable Dick Gregory is speaking a little truth about race relations and the bad things that black people have gone through over the years that is still prevalent today, and the effects that we've, or our ancestors have even experienced. We feel it, right? Black people feel it today. So he's talking about all the frustrations that black people have been going through. And there's a lot of untold stories about slavery, racism, and things like that. He was a good man. He marched with Dr. King in the 1960s, a huge advocate of civil rights. So Dick Gregory was giving us a little spin on the things he's seen in his lifetime. Of course, he passed away in 2017, but he was one of the greatest civil activists that we've seen here in American history.
The real folks know they're going to win the war before they start, except they don't count in the universe. Universe. There's no such thing as hope. Hope. And so what happens is, the black woman, hurricanes. That's the black woman. That's her spirit. White folks know that, the real ones, and we don't. All hurricanes start at the exact spot in West Africa where the slaves was put on the ship. Not almost, the right area where slaves was put on the ship. That's where hurricanes start. They stay underwater and follow the same route the slave ship followed. No slave was offloaded the ship till it got to the Caribbean. No hurricane jumps above water till it get to the Caribbean. Hit this country and come all the way up the East Coast to Maine. Maine is as close to Canada as you are to me. Canada has never had a hurricane because Canada never messed with a sister like America has. It get there, turns north, and go back out. That's who you are. You think this goddamn camera, that little chump shit you got, gonna change? That ain't changing nothing. You already there. Huh? And we come in with this bullshit. Think we know something. Knowing something in a white racist system that would kill God if they could. What prestige is that?
Whenever you're going to have the depiction of black and white sexual relations, they put in what I call the 3D effect.
White power is a very undeclared, silent, confident domination of the world in globalization terms. So they don't have to assert continually because we live in their dictionary.
The Honorable Dick Gregory, everyone. He ran for president of the United States a long time ago, ran against Nixon as a write-in, but expressing his opinion about, the state of America and everything that we've gone through in recent years. And, of course, it was a little graphic, so he was expressing himself on the state of America and the race relations we have in America. Well, a lot of black people are frustrated, and of course myself, I just wanted to work. And an obstacle was put in front of me, and of course I'm not a sub anymore in a time where we do need sub teachers. So this is where we are in America. I too have experienced racism, and I'm a very peaceful person, but there's got to be some kind of accountability in Jefferson Parish. So I'm hoping that the residents of Jefferson can do the right thing. Now, Nate Jones already has proof that he ran for office for all people. That is on record, undeniable. But maybe Nate Jones should just help out the young black folks coming up, the young lions that are learning things. I mean, what good is it for me to run for mayor for people when people don't value a leader who wants to make sure that all citizens have their human rights? So, our kids study history in school, but this video was to give you all a reminder of the history that is still ongoing in America, even as we approach the 2024 presidential election. What is the future of America? Are we going to go backwards or forwards? We shall see.